This is Stu. Just thought I'd do another inbox review for you guys out there, because I haven't done one in a while, and as you know, I've got some recent acquisitions, so I'll be doing all of them. First one I'm going to do is basically the iconic Matilda Mark III Mark IV, as is produced by Tamiya. This was their 300th release in the Armour range, and they had a little pamphlet in this, which I'll show you in a minute. The actual Matilda itself first saw action in France around about now 1940 during the invasion of the Low Countries, and basically managed to hold off the advance at Arras, at the famous Battle of Arras, and had 78mm armour, so any shells that were fired at it just completely bounced off it. So it was a tough little tank, but as we all know, it was more known for its time out in North Africa in the time between 1941 to 42, and was in production till mid-1942, and was powered by a diesel engine. So there you go. Anyway, without further ado, we'll get on with the review of the kit. As you can see, it's the normal white box, beautifully produced art of the Matilda with the iconic markings in North Africa. To say it's around about Libya 1941, and as you can see by the uniform, it's definitely North African with the 8th Army. On the side you've got an illustration again of the actual box art, and on the back you've got photographs of the assembled kit with the crew, which do look rather impressive, I have to say. And then the kit number on this is 353003800. So if you want to pause that for a minute and take note of the kit number if you're after this one, by all means do so. Okay. And then on the other side you've got illustrations of two alternative colour schemes. One which you've got two examples in North African iconic scheme, and then obviously two home units based here in England in mid-1942. I'm going to go for that one. Okay. Right. First off, those awful rubber tracks, which I hate and detest. They're going on the back burner. And according to this kit, you actually have self-assembled tracks on this kit, so I'm going to go for them. I was thinking of aftermarket, but I'm going to go with them, I think. First off, you've got the familiar instruction sheet that you see with Tamiya kits, of the assembled kit, and then obviously a brief history of the vehicle itself. Okay, upon opening we first get the familiar advertisement for all its other products, and then you've got the colour call outs here in Tamiya paints, and then the first stage, believe it or not, is actually the driver's hatch, which is right here, as you can see. And then you've got the front lower part of the hull. And the next stage is the assembly of the running gear at the top of the page here, which you see. Okay. Then assembly of the lower hull. And then the next is the stage of the assembly of the actual running gear and suspension. Okay. So yeah, that's going to be quite interesting. How I'm going to get around that, I don't know. But we'll see. Might have to do some research on that. And then assembly of the other running parts of the running gear with the springs, suspension springs, and then added to the lower hull, as you can see here. And then obviously you've got the tow bars on the front of the vehicle. Then the assembly of, if you will bear with me, the suspension covers, okay, because obviously you're not going to see all that detail. And then they're added to the side of the vehicle along with the idler wheel and the sprocket. Okay. And then obviously it's telling you how to put the rubber tracks together if you should so wish to use them, which I won't be. And this is the most interesting bit, is the actual assembly of the actual tracks, which you see there. Now I think I'm going to go for this, to be honest with you, because you're not going to see any sag and it's going to be well hidden. But I think what I'm going to do with the kit is I'm going to put the actual side skirts on last. Okay, so then it's the assembly of the main hull with the upper hull, where you're adding all the engine grills, and then your spare tracks, okay, along with some of your tools. And then obviously you put all your jerry cans at the back there with the grab handles, etc. Then you assemble the upper and lower hull. And then there is the assembly of the exhaust at the back. Okay, the exhaust muffler and the exhaust, which is added to the back of the actual hull, as you can see there, along with the actual cradle arms. And then you've obviously got part of the actual exhaust system, which goes on the back grille. And then you add your petrol tank, along with, I think, let's have a look at that. Yeah, your back indicators, I think that's right. And then obviously it comes onto the side skirts, which you see here, and then you basically add the assembly of the headlights. They're all added to the vehicle, along with the side skirts, various other sub-assemblies, and then down here is how you're instructed to assemble your tow rope with a bit of string. I personally might well see if I can source an aftermarket edge brass set. Then you assemble the tow rope to the upper hull, and that should be your lower hull done. Then you're going on to the turret. Okay, and then you basically put the breech together, add it onto the mantlet, and then obviously add the barrel, which I must admit the barrel does look rather nice, although I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use a metal barrel. And then obviously you add the gun to the turret along with the turret ring. Then you've got the two commander seats and loader seats there. And this is the actual ring of the turret, and I'm not quite sure what that is. Oh, that's the cupola, sorry. I'm having a blonde moment. And then obviously this is the other part of the cupola that's assembled, and obviously you can have the hatch open, which I will be. Okay. There you go, you put your cupola to the actual turret along with your sub-assemblies, as you can see there. And then you add your MG machine gun, etc. And this is your colour guide to your figures, which you see there. And that's your commander, your loader and your driver. And then you add the upper part of the turret to the main vehicle. Okay. This is your colour call-outs. Obviously you've got two colour schemes of the brigade over in North Africa, and then two of the unit which was based in England, as you can see there. Right, first off, this is the upper hull. Now I've left it in this packaging, reason being is you've got your little tow rope in there, and there's your little plastic plugs for all your running gear and your turret. Next sprue. Upper lower hull, side of the hulls, which you can see there. Again, we've got the actual escape hatches under here. We've even got the weld. There's the rivets, which are beautifully produced. So that's going to come up beautifully with a wash. There's your side parts of your hull. That's your main fuel tank, which you see there. And then there's your turret. Now look at that. Isn't that beautifully crisply detailed? Absolutely gorgeous. There's your turret ring, and then there's your front of your hull, which you see there. Okay, and the part of the mantlet, and there's your mantlet as well. Okay guys, right, next sprue is the side skirts, which you can see there. Okay, and then obviously you got your crew figures here, and I love the detail on the actual back with all the creases. That is going to come up beautifully with a nice little bit of dry brushing and a wash. And then obviously you've got the crew figure. I mean, the detail in the face, absolutely super. The way they've caught the expression, and even the unit badge on his actual cap. I really like that. I really like that, guys. And because this was the 300th release, you've even got some photos of up-close detail, and I think this is of the tank that's actually at Bovingdon. I may be mistaken. So these will be great source material. Really nice, and obviously you've got a photo of the actual tank taken at the time. Then the next sprue is all your running gear and your suspension system, and then here, as you can see, is the self-assembled tracks. That is going to be lovely to do. And it's so crisp, and there's not even 1 ounce of flash on it. That's going to look lovely, that is, especially with a wash. And a little bit of weathering. And again, on the other sprue, you've got sub-assemblies of the sprockets and part of the suspension, which you can see there. Beautifully crisply detailed. Again, there's parts of the track which you can assemble. And there you go. And then obviously I love the detail they've actually put on the springs here. Look at that. Superb. And the sprockets as well. Super. And then obviously the last sprue, you've got some of the storage packs which you can see here. Really lovely, beautiful detail on there. Again, that's going to come up beautiful with a wash. And then obviously other sub-assemblies of various parts, including your tools. If I can get it into view, I'll put that on there. As you can see there, really beautifully made. Beautiful. That is really lovely. And then obviously you've got the hatches there and the cupola. Superb. And I'm going to show you the decals, but I'm not going to take them out of the kit because obviously they get ruined. Again, with most Tamiya decals, they are quite thick. I'm going to try a method that Gil has suggested to me, so we'll see how that turns out, Gil. Alright, so basically guys, that's the Tamiya Matilda Mark II, Mark III, Mark IV light infantry tank. And I have to say, I was recently on a hangout and Mike said this was one of his favourite little kits that he built of Tamiya's. I have to say, I'm in total agreement with you, mate. This looks as though it's going to be a super little kit to build. So there you go. When I'm going to build it, I don't know. But guys, definitely get one of these in your armour stash. It's a super little kit. Wealth of detail. I love the assembly process whereby you can make the tracks up. So hats off to you, Tamiya. Well done, guys. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the review. If you do, subscribe and leave your comments. Until then, get kit crazy, happy modelling, and I'll see you on the next review.